Hey, happy day. Me and Boo were talking as we do, and I was confiding in Boo, as I do all my secrets. When I come back from being out in the world, I share my experiences with her, and certainly my mental and emotional. Yep. And while I'm talking to her, I'm able to understand the experiences I'm having out there betwixt and between you and living the life as it is on this planet here and now. And curious things happen to someone who spends 18 hours a day in retreat in a very short space out in the world. But I encounter a lot of judgment, and it came into my frame of reference recently about the videos I posted last year on judgment, and how interesting that a year later one's perspectives and attitudes are so different. In that I remember a year ago feeling so triggered by always being so alienated. I know I alienate myself because I'm so different, and I choose not to conform nor fit in, but rather be authentically myself. And when I'm doing that, it's actually a very vulnerable position. I am confident in doing it. However, I'm not oblivious to the many stabs from often very surprising corners. And it's comments from sisters and my sisterhood that actually hurt the deepest. And it's quite confusing and surprising to me that women would say these things to other women rather than uplift and empower them and inspire them to be the magnificent goddesses that there are. But things like, why don't you wear a bra? And how could she be a Reiki healer? And hey, Nikki B, you should really let me do a makeover on you. Those are insults, actually. That's very nasty. It's very cruel and unkind. And perhaps you are a good person. I am not judging you, even though you felt it okay to impose judgment upon me. So let me explain to you why I'm not triggered anymore. Because what I learned is that anything anyone says actually has nothing to do with me. Any problem anyone has with me is their problem. And all that's happening is an in Lakesh moment where we are seeing an aspect of ourselves expressed and reflected back to us that we are often not comfortable with. Sometimes it's an expression that we're delighted in, and we're seeing aspects of being that we would love to harness and encompass. And so we might be magnetized towards it. But other times we are in a state of trauma or a state of being in a not very positive aspect of being that tells us that what we're seeing is something we wish to be, but we lack, we self-limit to be that. We're not that colorful. We don't feel confident to be that loud or that demonstrative or that expressive in thought, word, and deed, certainly word and deed. And I get judged often for how I look. I get three typical misconceptions is that I'm a lesbian, I'm a vegetarian, and that I'm a yogi, and I'm none of those things. You imposed a label upon me and decided that's what I am, without even giving me the chance to tell you who I am. And we understand, certainly legally, that people are innocent until they're proven guilty. Well, why doesn't that apply to our everyday interactions with people? Boo Boo, I'm doing a video. I'm telling them about the stuff we talk about. She's reacting the same way I feel when I'm judged. So here's what I wanted to bring into your frame of reference. And that is that, especially if you are a Christian or someone who believes that there is a higher divine being that will be coming back or whatever. Well, it's kind of happened in the form of an ascension of energies. And I wanted to challenge you somewhat to say to you, I don't think that God or Jesus or whoever your savior is in life is going to appear to you in a magical, fantastical manner, float down from a cloud, and there's going to be a chorus of angels singing in beautiful harmony and symphony with their lutes and lyres and trumpets, and flowers will pop up everywhere, and all the animals will start talking, and I don't know, whatever Disney fantasy you have, I'm not so sure that it is going to appear to you in that way. In fact, I believe that your Savior, your resurrection, is going to come to you in the most astounding, confounding, cataclysmic, world transforming way. It will present in the same way I present when I trigger you, for exactly those reasons. Someone who is godlike, is compassionate and loving and accepting of other people's flaws and differences, and instead of being triggered by and being fearful of those differences, we recognizing that those are our fears, and instead of being fearful, we get excited about getting to know the others and what's so different about them that triggers us, because that is our way of getting to know ourselves better. So rather than judge and dismiss and be dismissive and cruel and unkind, I'm asking people to dig really deep and through your heart, please be more accepting of especially those that are different and make you feel uncomfortable, and make an effort to understand them better rather than decide for yourself who and what they are, because I think you're missing some wonderful, wonderful energies and beautiful souls and beautiful people because of your fears and limitations. And you will be surprised at how blessings will appear. And if you're open to them, you will find life magical and abundant and a loving, beautiful place to be. Don't you agree, boo? Let's say goodbye. Happy day. Happy day to you. And we talk soon. From me and Boo. Namaste in the cash.